Welcome everybody to another league of the I-League Season 2 Dota 2 LAN Finals. We're here in the lower bracket here on, I believe, day 3. I want to say we've got the Ninjas in Pajamas taking on MVP Phoenix. So the newly sponsored Team LeJohns, Papa LeJohns, are going to become the Ninjas in Pajamas, known for their team in CSGO, but they're taking on MVP Phoenix, probably the most well-known team coming out of Korea. They've had a rough start to their I-League campaign, though. They got completely smashed in the opening game of 2015, got 2-0'd by IG. Here they are in the lower bracket. NiP had a much better showing, though, against LGD. They took game 1, had a close game 2, game 3, but unfortunately just couldn't take down LGD, and I mean, definitely put up a good showing for themselves. So definitely say coming into this one, Ninjas in Pajamas seem to be in better form. MVP Phoenix, though, they're a team who can always pull it together. They have some unconventional picks, kind of quirky playstyle, and we'll see what they have in store here. I'm GoDz from Beyond the Summit, and this is going to be a best-of-3 series, 2 best-of-3s today, just to show you guys what's in store. This is the bracket we've got going. We've got the 2 BO3s in the lower bracket, so we'll have Ninjas in Pajamas take on MVP, followed by Speed Gaming versus Vici Gaming. Those are our 2 series for today. And the draft underway here for our first game in the I-League LAN Finals. It is going to be MVP with the first pick over on the Radiant side. First pick, Skywrath Mage for them. And as for Ninjas in Pajamas, see what kind of response they have in mind. Definitely, to me, a team that's kind of on the up and up, and also kind of striking at a good time when it comes to the Dota 2 scene. There's been a lot of shuffles going on lately, with teams swapping around players, obviously the biggest being the recent pickup of Arteezy and Zai for Team Secret, AUI 2000, and Sumail going to be joining EG. So a lot of these Western teams are kind of in a bit of disarray here. So this is definitely a good time to be trying to make your breakthrough as a Tier 2 team, get some recognition, because some of these teams are looking very beatable and have got these new rosters. So, well, NiP in the right place at the right time, and definitely looking to make a case for themselves as one of those kind of upcoming teams that could be a TI5 candidate as far as at least playing in the qualifiers, and maybe if they kind of continue to improve, even making it to the main event as a kind of a wildcard team, as one of the kind of dark horses. But that's still very, very far away. We're getting ahead of ourselves here. Right now, it's I-League LAN Finals, over 100k in prize money, 8 teams competing, especially some of the best teams in China. Unfortunately, Newbie did not actually qualify. They were kind of the big name missing. They actually finished 3rd in the group stage behind HGT, as well as, I want to say, like IG, I think it was. Actually, no, it was Speed Gaming. Speed Gaming won their group, and HGT got 2nd with Newbie in 3rd. So Newbie did not make it to the LAN Finals, and it's going to be HGT basically in their place. HGT who got 4th place and weren't going to make it, but they ended up replacing someone who did make it. So we'll see how things go down here. MVP Phoenix now going to move on to their second ban stage, take out the Anti-Mage. They've got one more ban in the second ban stage, and we'll see what else they look to take out here with after the Lycan and Viper ban. So targeting most of the core heroes. Draw Ranger even being targeted. We saw a Visage, Vengeful Spirit, Draw Ranger trio by the NiP Dota team just yesterday, and going for a heavy physical damage. And you've got the Venge early on, so something that in the second stage can come up is that Drow Visage for some insane physical damage. Being on the dire side as well, you kind of guarantee that. Pretty safe and easy-ish Roshan, so we'll see exactly what the plan is going to be here. Tide, your off-laner for NiP, and for the MVP Phoenix side, they've got Slark, Skywrath Mage. So most likely going to be see the QO Slark coming out. I'd say one of his better heroes for sure. Kind of known for playing those kind of Snowball-esque heroes. He sometimes plays mid, sometimes plays carry, depending on what they draft. And, well, we'll see exactly what's going to be coming out with this next picking stage. Ninjas in Pajamas have got one more ban before we kind of transition into the next couple of picks here. And it's going to be the Ember Spirit. So another one of kind of QO's heroes here. Could put the Ember mid, put the Slark in the safe line. NiP know what they want, though. Get the Venomancer, which is normally actually a core hero. Typically a kind of a mid laner, or even an off laner, but we've got the Tide there. It can fit into that support role, but it seems most teams kind of prefer running him as a core. You kind of just stack your Plague Wards. If you're in the mid lane, you ever leave it, the Venomancer will chip away at your tower and just apply constant pressure, and there's no real easy way to gank him because he's got the wards to scout. He's pretty tanky, he's pretty anointed, and just getting to him without being spotted first by the wards, you kind of have to commit 2 to 3 heroes in a smoke, and at that point, you're committing 3 heroes maybe to smoke gank a Venomancer, and well, there's core heroes elsewhere in that. Tide's farming his Blink, whatever carry NiP gets farming their items, so often not really worth ganking something like a Venomancer when he's mid lane. It always feels like you're wasting a lot of time there. Well, we'll see what the next couple of picks are going to be. MVP Phoenix Definitely a lot of pressure on them to perform. There's been a lot of hype around this team as kind of the big Korean team. They've gone to some international events, most recently IESF, as well as Star Ladder Season 10, I believe, or Season 9. Yeah, Season 10 was Execration, so Season 9 was when they went. And done all right. I mean, they definitely did not disgrace themselves. They had some alright games. They didn't go very far in the tournament, of course, but ISF was when they actually took a game off Newbie in a BO3, which they ultimately lost the BO3, but this is a Newbie squad who doesn't scrim, doesn't practice, and plays mobile games all day long. So, taking a game off Newbie when they're in the form they are right now, it's not even about form, really. It's about their mentality. They're not in that, we want to be the best Dota team right now mentality. They don't care about being the best in the world right now. They care about being the best in the world 6 months from now when TI comes along, which seems to be the mentality a lot of these teams have, which is a bit sad for the Dota 2 scene, but that's where events like this upcoming Dota 2 Asia Championship is going to be a lot of fun, because that's going to have a crowdfunding, multi-compendium level kind of setup that TI had and is guaranteed to reach over $1 million. I think we're looking at $2-3 million in prize money for this event, and that's where teams are suddenly going to be like, wait a second, we got to try. This is actually a big deal. We got to play. And that's where newbies like, shit, we've not been scrimming, we haven't been practicing. This tournament's in a month. We better get our shit together. And I think a few teams are going to be like that. We have some teams with new rosters, of course, your EGs, your Secrets, who will be the first real test for their new rosters, but it's going to be fun to see what exactly goes down at the Dota 2 Asia Championships. I'm looking forward to some of the matches there, but here we go. An MVP Phoenix special. They bring out the Warlock as their 4th pick. March has played this as a core hero quite a few times, and maybe a core could be a kind of 4-position support, but typically it's March playing this, although is some flexibility with this team. And March plays support, he's played carry for this team. In their last series, he can play the offlane as well, and a lot of these players are pretty versatile in what they play. Q, I mentioned, can play mid, can play carry, and we'll see exactly what is going to be coming out here. So, last pick for the two teams, the Brood Band. No shenanigans today, say NiP. They actually have a Brood player themselves in Jonas. He played a very, I'd say, good Brood against LGD the other day. But with the tide already picked up, it seems not what they have in mind for this draft. So, NiP with the VSAA, they've got their support duo. Venom's going in, they just need their carry last. So, for MVP Phoenix, you ban something like the Morphling, or whatever it may be, some kind of Faceless Void, and there we go. Pretty typical kind of ban there coming out here. Morphling not the best against Skywrath Slark, still pickable. I mean, Slark can steal his stats, Skywrath has got the silence, but I think Morphling's not a bad pick by any means, but I was about to say Lycan would be great here, but the Lycan has been banned out. Something with a bit more push aspect to it. Spectre's still available, and that to me is like your really safe option. You've got such a strong support duo, Veno for creating space, Tide for the team fight. Spectre would complement this pretty nicely, but you look at MVP Phoenix, Slark, Juggernaut, they want to fight. Warlock's going to look to 5-man and push down towers. You want something that maybe doesn't need as much farm as a Spectre, although Spectre even without farm can fight. You get the Haunt, you go for the early earn. We will see, though, PA picked up an MVP Phoenix immediate Doom Snag. So, does put either the Jug on a support or March on the Warlock onto a support. Forever could jungle on the Doom. There are different options for this, but curious to see who's going where and what. I think Warlock may be your mid-hero for March, with QO in the safe lane Slark, Jug in the offlane, and Doom maybe jungling it up. Other option is you go Jug support and Doom offlane. I think that's kind of the flexible two, the Doom and the Jug. I think you want your Warlock mid. He's kind of your best mid laner, and that's how MVP generally like to run him, as a core, as a farmer, and get that fast Ags refresher type build going. So Era going to be handling the PA, the last pick for NiP, and pretty good hero, I'd say, matching up decently against the Slark. The evasion helps quite a bit. And Juggernaut, Reason, see where exactly he's going to be going for this MVP Phoenix side. And we'll get ourselves into Game 1 of this best-of-3 series at the I-League LAN Finals. We're doing all your coverage here on Beyond the Sun. We've got a few good days of Dota 2 action. With right now, we're in the lower bracket. So loser of this BO3 series is knocked out, goes home with pretty little prize money, and winner of this keeps their hopes and dreams alive. We'll start making their run through the lower bracket. Just round 1 of the lower bracket. Oopsie daisy, haven't got my open mic. Sorry, boys. Let me fix before anyone realizes. There we go. We got my mic going, and Dota TV, hello. Sorry, we didn't have Dota TV earlier, but you're now in business, and should be able to hear me. If you can't hear me and you're on the stream saying, why is no Dota TV? Well, give it a quick refresh, select the channel, and or deselect the channel and reselect it, or reconnect to the game, and Dota TV audio should be working just fine. So I'll have a bit of a pause. Unfortunately, a PC freeze. PC issues affect even the best of us, as we here at Beyond the Summit can tell you all too well. But it looks like it's going to be fixed, and they're going to get things right underway here. We'll introduce our two teams to get things started. On the Radiant side, it is the Korean Dota 2 team. That is MVP Phoenix March. Boots first, so it's going to be on the Warlock. Kuo on the Slark. Heen on the Skywrath Mage. Forev playing the Doom. Boots first for him as well. Reason. Boots first. Juggernaut. Triple Boots, great for level 1 fighting and great for securing those bounty runes. On the NiP side, the Ninjas in Pajamas, newly sponsored Dota 2 team, Jonas, or Jonas Fam, going to be playing the Tidehunter in the offlane. We've got Venomancer being played by Aikmother, he'll be going mid. Hanskin on the support AA, Seal Kid on the Vengeful Spirit, and finally, Era, going to be playing the safe lane farming PA. MVP, well, this bottom bounty rune, it's all yours, guys. No one's coming. You've got it secured, and top one should be secured by NiP. They're actually playing pretty safe, knowing that fighting level 1 against Blade Fury, Skywrath, Slack with a potential pounce lockdown, and even Warlock. If you go for that value upheaval at level 1, can guarantee kills very easily. So they don't know where MVP are right now. They do have this ward down here, but they haven't spotted any heroes just yet. So they're not even going to go for that top bounty rune until they're kind of sure it's safe. And looks like Era will poke his head down and have the support of the Venge AA. So each team getting one of the 2 bounty runes, and looks like Forev on the Doom will take the Radiant one, whereas AA will actually take it for NiP. I like the idea of giving it to supports. Your carry's going to get carry farm. It does give him a slightly fast level 2, but what's that mean for a PA? You're not looking at more kill potential from him, per se. I think the AA getting a fast... well, AA again, it's like you got Chilling Touch level 1, the Ice Vortex, or Cold Feet, in theory, if you can get to latch on with a Magic Missile, that's where your killing power comes from, having Magic Missile, Cold Feet with a Chilling Touch. So I guess AA probably the most level 2 dependent hero for this trialing, although I say that, who you killing? No one's here. Era's going to find himself in a complete free farm heaven. Forev's ditched the offlane. It's gone straight into the jungle. Picks up a Nurse to clap, and actually will go top with that. He's level 2. This is the beauty of giving that Doom that bounty rune. He does get Devourer and, well, Scorched Earth right off the bat if he gets the right creep, which he does. Gets the Ursa Clapper, and alright. Things looking pretty good for the Doom as far as offlaning goes. When you've got that just value point in Scorched Earth, you get some HP regen, you get some movement speed if they go on you. And actually goes for the Orb of Venom. I guess thinking that he may look for an early kind of gank towards the mid lane. Something I've done quite a bit of is as soon as you get that level 2, level 3 up from this camp, you go for like a smoke on mid and kind of loop around, and then, well, that drawing doesn't work too well. My computer doesn't like that. But if you loop around with a smoke, a hero like Venomancer doesn't really have a good defensive anti-gank. No blinks, no like illusionary orb. Now the other option is you get something like an Invis rune. Something this Orb of Venom slow with Scorched Earth and a clap, you found yourself a kill. It is quite mana dependent. You've got to have that 160 mana, which he does have now, but look for Doom to kind of check those 2-minute runes and try to get something like an Invis or a Haste to go for a gank on the Venomancer, 8 of 8 Mother. But for now, doesn't have good rune control. Up against a Venge AA is hard to contest those runes, so Seal Kid's actually nowhere to be seen, but this is one of those things where he's stacking Ancients, but you don't really know he's there. He could be stacking pool camps, he could be stacking camps further up, he could be contesting runes, so for MVP, they're going to be playing kind of scared until they actually spot him, which I think they do a little bit with Heen on the Skywrath Mage here at bottom. Warlock at mid. Not CSing amazingly well. That goes to the PA and Slack, the 2 free farmers. Mid lane, neither hero getting the best CS and farm. Forever at top, there we go. Scorched Earth is not going to keep him alive, it looks like. One more right click, AA. Not only getting the bounty rune, but now getting the first blood. He says, I'll farm heroes and bounty runes. As he gets himself up to 800-ish gold almost, with the first blood onto the Doom. That's where going for that Orb of Venom can be risky, though. You didn't have the Ring of Protection when he died, doesn't have a stout shield. They go on him, he does die pretty damn quick. That Orb of Venom is a kind of 300-ish gold investment that doesn't really help you stay alive. And if you're not going for ganks, the Orb of Venom has no point. Right now, he's just been going top lane. He's not going... Didn't go for a rune, didn't pick up a smoke to go smoke gank mid, so this is a non-kind of early game ganking Doom. And I like the level 3, level 4 ganking Dooms. You go with a support with an initiation, which I guess they don't... Like, concussive shots are your closest thing to an initiation, and you can find kills, but I feel the items don't match Forev's playstyle right now. If you want to go for this build, you got to kind of gank with one of your supports, or at least look to make some plays happen. Maybe with the Tranquil Boots, he needs an extra bit of movement speed, and the Tranquil Boots is kind of where those ganks get nice and effective. Bottom lane, Jonas, he's still level 1 though. So great job of zoning out here. Mid lane, there's a dive. That's the gank I'm talking about. Forev and March team up, get the kill there. 2 points in the Shadow Ward with a Forev loop-de-loop. He actually came through the river and went around, and that's something which was not covered by the ward vision of NiP. I think recognizing that the ward is generally at that top river, you don't often see it kind of in this area here or protecting the mid lane from those ganks here, but they're going to see a counter gank coming. March in trouble, gets scaled up, the magic missile does not get the heal off, and we'll pop it now with the magic stick, but he's not going to get out of that one. Seal Kid gets the return kill. Bottom lane, meanwhile, Jonas still getting zoned out. He's still just level 1. Look at this, Skywrath, Heen, zoning like a madman. Jonas is just finally going to hit level 2 now. Does get to at least hit Heen a little bit. They're pushing the tower. Normally when they push the towers when you get XP, but not with what Heen's doing. He's keeping him right far away, and you've got to be careful. Concussive shot will slow you down if you have the tide, and set up a Blade Fury potential kill for Reason, who uh-oh. Heen, he's in over his head. He's done for. That's the risk you play. 1 support rotation, and they even had 2 supports coming with Hanskin on the way as well, but it's nice play when it's just a tide, but the reason you can't really do that is because of what we just saw. It works for so long, but if teams aren't punishing it, they deserve to have the tide level 1 still, but that is a pretty easy, straightforward punish coming out of the supports of NiP. Era at top lane just free farming away. It's kind of similar farm to the Slark, 27 to 29. Neither dominating with that in that regard. And tied at bottom with the kill and being able to just get some XP at the tower after the Skywrath is dead. Now almost hitting that level 4, so he's doing just fine. He's even going to have Arcane Boots in a decent time at this rate. Here we go, Warlock has the rock, is going to go in on Ape Mother at mid lane. He turns around, Gale ultimate, he wants the revenge kill on March, and with these Plague Wards, it looks like he should get it denied. Probably going to come from Reason. No, he goes for the Healing Ward. This is still... Okay, it's got 8 stick charges, and with the Healing Ward, March is going to be fine. He's ticking low, 60-ish, pops a stick. Just level 1 Healing Ward, but it is going to be enough. Jugger in the right place, and a nice kill with the rock there. Normally, the problem with this Venomancer, you have to commit too many heroes to get that kill, but that was mostly just Skywrath and Warlock. I guess the Jug was needed to keep the Warlock alive, but good gank nonetheless. And very efficient, like they didn't waste a lot of time throwing a ton of spells. It was just drop the rock with a concussive shot, get the kill, get out, and then keep on farming. So fairly efficient. And we will see the rock now farm up some neutrals. And the Skywrath, Heen, and Reason on the Jug. Now gets a second point in Healing Ward, so fairly standard build from him. Uh-oh, 4-Ev. Kind of a no man's land. Now Era going in with the Blink Strike and the Chilling Touch damage. Whew. A bit too easy. 2 points in the Chilling Touch, giving a lot of extra damage on those right clicks, and that's some serious kill potential. Bank will actually take the top rune. Mother not really needing it in this middle lane. He's about to hit level 7. Bottom lane, Reason wants Jonas. Concussive shot, Blade Fury. Jonas gets silenced up as well just to amplify that damage a bit, but this is not happening. I guess it gets kind of close, but I don't really feel like that was that close at all. Gets a Healing Ward off, but Era's already got the return kill. Nice little TP in. It looks like Kua wants to fight this. He has got ultimate just now, which is good. Alarm to stay alive here. Pops the ultimate. Era now on the back foot. Has 1 in Blink Strike in 2 seconds, and the Healing Ward still going to heal up Kua. So he's got that as well as the ultimate passive to heal him back up. And it looks like Era says enough is enough. He's going to pick up a Ring of Health maybe if he wants to go Battle Fury here. And that also will just mean he doesn't have to make a trip back to base. And there we go. Ring of Health picked up. So it does kind of make not a full commitment towards the Battle Fury, but you got to expect at this point it will be that Battle Fury build, which seems like no reason not. No, I don't look at this game and say, oh, going Battle Fury is just going to lose your PA of the game. It doesn't mean you can't fight as much as you'd like to early on, but PA, one of those heroes just with levels and some farm can actually fight and get kills. You are just a bit more kind of a glass cannon with this build. So we'll look at mid. Phase Wand, 27 CS. Veno, 31 CS with 23 denies. Ain't mother. The Plague Wards, if you micro them and like attack at the same time and like cancel attacks well, I've seen like kind of Brax do it a lot with this Venomancer. It's really potent. Like you cannot last hit against this easily at all. And that's what we're seeing here. He's actually, yeah, he's denying with these wards. He's not actually attacking. He's holding the attacks and then timing them together. And you can't out damage this if you're March. Even with phase boots, he's getting denied really badly. What he can do is go for these Plague Ward kills. So a lot of March's CS is probably from Plague Wards, which don't give as much money as normal kills. Ape Mother gonna get ganked again. The Rocks comes out. Ape Mother silenced up. Here comes the Jug, and no way out. He's gonna drop an ultimate, but Seal Kit. Whoa! Oh, Doom comes in. That's gonna cancel the TP. Looking for a return kill. Reason one more tower hit. Gets him close to dead. 1 HP, but it's not fatal damage, and Reason will be okay for now. Getting pinged out, but doesn't look like we'll see anyone on the NiP side able to finish off that kill. What did happen elsewhere, though, Hanskin, Midas picked up 8 minutes in on a support. That is unbelievable. Has the ultimate already as well, so I will just send that towards the mid lane march. Not going to get the benefit of this healing ward as it's going to expire, and can heal himself up with the Shadow Word, but it looks like he wants to go back to base, and he's going to go for a Midas of his own. Two good uses of the Chaotic Offering, though. Normally you think of this spell like, oh, you got a team fight or push a tower, but killing an enemy mid-core hero and keeping this Venomancer down, he's got 3 deaths to his name. Seems pretty solid all around, but I still got to go back. There's 8 minutes AA minus is insane. This is like a good time for some carries to get a Midas. If you go like treads first on a carry and back for the Midas, or phase boots into Midas like you used to in your life stealer, 8 minutes was a good Midas timing. Same for like your Luna with boots and a Bastia ring first. Like you go, if you don't rush the Midas on a carry, 8 minute Midas is sometimes a pretty good time, or at least an acceptable time, so pretty insane that as a support he's got it. With the first blood, the bounty runes, kills, I guess that's what happens. And see here the Plague Ward continuing to do what they do, and even denying the Plague. That's where he's also got, he's padded his deny stats, has been from denying Plague Wards, but it just goes to show it. Mother mechanics are down packed solid, but he has died 3 times. I'd say you are making your opponent use a Chaotic Offering. This time around there isn't one. Cuts him shot with a pound. QO, and Dark pack some of that off, and well, going to find another kill on 8 Mother. So 8 Mother, he's CSing, he's laning fantastically, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of focus on shutting him down. QO going to be brought down by a nice use of the Ravage here. Reason has Omni Slash, though, may look to turn if they keep on chasing. You're going to be careful here. PA thinking about the blink in. As Heen gets low, Era not going to blink in just yet. Now makes a commitment, but he gets doomed up immediately. Jonas on the front lines. Hey, Ice Plus, it's going to miss! Oh, that would have been huge here. The Healing Ward now will sustain MVP and keep them alive and fighting. And NiP, I think it's time to back off. PA still doomed up. May need a deny. No, should be okay with the Ring of Health. Just barely. 45 HP, and we'll get out of there. Omni Slash will finish off the AA, though, and that's a nice kill, considering the AA actually had Midas up, too. Would have loved to have popped that, but not going to get a chance to. And QO with a Midas of his own makes his way top, and oh, he's found Era. Not enough damage right off the bat. Pops the ultimate for the extra bit of movement speed. Evasion. Jesus, please. Another Dark Pack in 2 seconds. And Era does not get the blink off to Seal Kid. Gets taken out by a pounce. QO says, I'll take the freebie. That's to my liking. No complaints here. March at mid lane. Uh-oh. Veno AA. This combo is pretty sick. This will be, yeah, close. Is this a kill? I'm not convinced it's a kill. I think it's going to be almost... No, it's not. Just the pure survivability with 1k HP is enough, and March says, okay, good use of your ultis in IP. Q at top now, 2k gold almost on him. Era will throw some daggers out and doesn't actually have an ultimate. If PA knew that, maybe would look to commit more. Omni Slash also on cooldown, so... There was ulti's on cooldown there, but not trying to chase. I guess the level 1 Blink Strike makes it hard to chase. Yeah, he still just got the level 1 Blink Strike. This is a big Ancient stack, and they're going for the contest here. Rock is online. Here comes the Chaotic Offering. If they can get here before the Ancients are dead, and it looks like they will, drop the Rock! The base goes down, and Sealkid and Jonas in all sorts of trouble. Jonas just wants to finish off some of this farm and not have it get stolen, but the Skywrath ultimate will end his day, and the Rock's going to help farm this one. Hey, Ice Blast comes in, catches March, actually. He's maybe in some trouble here. On the high ground, use the Shadow Word offensively. He's going to accept his fate that he's going down here. Foreb going to look for the kill on 8 Mother. 8 Mother still hiding in the trees, and Foreb goes down. 8 Mother, Doom ticking with the Shadow Wave, and he will go down. Could not find like a deny. Maybe like a Plague Ward of his own could have done that, but didn't have the ability to use that. MVP still looking for more, though. They're going to finish off the Ancient stacks with QO. QO taking a lot of damage. Is he going to finish this off? Reason needs a Healing Ward. He needs to tank as well. The splash damage from the big black dragon. It's going to make life a little bit tricky, but QO brings it down, and Ice Blast, not going to hit him. That would have been a nice little snipe from the A if he could have gotten that, but gets back to safety, gets his regen up from the ultimate, and will Midas his way back to fighting shape as he hits level 11 now. So, almost 7k net worth on your Slark, and this is the QO Slark in a nutshell. This guy snowballs like crazy. Has got his Blink Dagger now, so he's been getting lots of farm, he's been getting some kills, but this Blink Dagger is really where he gets accelerated into the mid-game. If you don't deal with him now, he's going to suddenly have a Skadi in like probably 7 to 8 minutes time if he starts getting some good momentum off of this Blink Dagger. Do not be surprised by like a 21-minute Skadi. But the NiP do have potential in fights. The Tide, the Veno, the ultis do work well in tandem, but They got to make things happen to get there. Looks like they just want to kind of slow siege some towers here where possible. QO's pinging things out, saying, I think I found a ward. This ultimate is, well, not working. He's trying to figure out exactly where it is, and yeah, he's pinging. He's saying it's on this cliff here. Sentry goes up, and he will de-ward, and that's a fresh ward as well. So nice. We'll de-ward, and that's one of the beauties of having Slack. You get such good map control. Roshan comes in the mid lane with a healing ward. Heals up himself and Forev. On the back lines, QO comes in, and don't start by getting off the Ancient Apparition. Venomancer are going to ulti and look to bring down QO, who can't actually blink out, but he can pounce into the trees, but the Plague Ward is there. Ravage as well to secure this one. Probably worth the Ravage. March doesn't have Rock here, and this is where fighting was maybe a bad idea for MVP. He's on the run. He's not really running very fast. He's more just waddling back to his tower. Now gets swapped in with the slow movement. Being Seal Kid does not have a stun though as he gets silenced up and a buyback from the Slack. This could be actually pretty nice here. He gets one kill right off the bat. He's looking for a second on 8 Mother, but has not got no ways to cancel the TP. No ultimate as well, so he's going to take a lot of damage from possible Anchor Smash. He's going to dodge. Bounces to the high ground. Ice Blast going to catch all three. Tide goes back in. Rock is going to get used here trying to finish off Jonas, but the AA Ice Blast helps secure 2 more, and Hanskin now brought down by the QO Slack. That's the Blink Pounce, and he gets back most of the money that he lost from that buyback as a result. A messy fight in the mid lane. NiP lose most of their team. MVP, though, forced to buy back on the Slack, so pretty even trade in the end. Say maybe ever so slightly favoring MVP, with the Slack still maintaining his big net worth lead, and it's apparently not wanting to give me a team fight recap. Dota 2, please. 15 kills to 12. And this AA, who had an 8-minute minus, has gone nowhere. Has picked up a magic wand and some boots since then. Normally you'd expect in 7 minutes with a minus to at least get like a point booster and some of your Ogre Club, but not being the case here. QO going to be forced to drop an ultimate. Will Dark packed up and look to turn and fight. He wants a kill before he dies. He won't get it though. 8 Mother survives and QO gives up an expensive one. Very, very costly there. 50 seconds on the sidelines where he's not fine, not tempo controlling. And this is where you get that Blink Dagger. You want to get that... I feel like Slack can do a lot with items. You don't just want to go all in on the ganking. You've got to kind of mix it up with your farm and going for kills as well. And that's where I feel QO's been going kind of all in on the gank train, but has not found as many kills as he would like to. Let's play by Jonas will get himself out of there. Didn't actually level up the Ravage. Probably just a miscue. It does scale okay. I mean, a bit of extra stun and damage. Mana cost goes up, but I'd say definitely worth leveling it up at level 11, although not like a game-breaking kind of level 2 ultimate like some heroes who just like an Omni Slash. If you don't get level 2 Omni Slash at level 11, you're doing something wrong. It is on cooldown as well as the other thing, so maybe recognizing it's on cooldown, he's going to be almost level 12 by the time he gets in. By the time he uses his next Ravage, he may well be level 12 and have the level 2 ultimate. Although getting level 12 always takes forever. 2200 XP, not very friendly. Top lane, QO. Going back for a Bracer, I believe. He's going for a Drums here, so not going for like a big item like a Skadi or a BKB. Interesting decision to kind of play things this way. Ice Blast, QO gets the Blink out, Dagger. Gonna get disjointed, but QO's still in trouble. Will be forced to ultimate, it looks like, and they can still look to chase him. No, he hasn't ulted just yet. Blinks to a teammate, Dagger is there, and there's your Ravage as well to keep him in place, but he gets the Dark Pact off. Needs a Pounce as well, or possibly a Blink, and he's gonna have both in a second, and gets himself out of there, back to his teammates, and looks like he's gonna be okay. It's a big cooldown used on the Ravage, and no kill for NiP. Can see as far as the farm goes, that's kind of what they were hoping to get when they've got the 3 top farmers on the MVP side, but even with that said, it's still not that bad of a net worth grab. About a 3 to 4k gold lead, but definitely not insurmountable, and they've got some decent farm on 4 heroes. So it's kind of like a 3-core versus 4-core lineup in some ways, with the AA now with an Ogre Club. He's not really a core hero, but he's got a minus, he's keeping up in farm, and you can expect an Ag Scepter around like the 27, 28 minute mark maybe, if things go just decent. And I guess you don't need an amazing game to get that. An amazing game you're getting at like 25 minutes, 24 minutes. So assuming things just go well enough for NiP, should be getting an Ag Scepter. Right now it looks like they may be starting to lose some towers. The 5-man from MVP, and Warlock soon to have that Ag Scepter. And that's really to me the worry, is can NiP get their items and be ready to fight when Warlock has the Ag Scepter, and then they're gonna 5-man down towers, and then they're gonna go high ground with Refresher slash Aegis on paper. That's kind of like the, I guess, the spark notes of the MVP strategy for winning this game. Get Ags on Warlock, 5-mana bit, take towers, get Roshan, and then go high ground because you'll have an Aghanim Scepter on Doom. You'll have all these good items to fight with and go high ground with the heal from the Healing Ward. So we'll see Tide go in, but he's got no ultimate. The Rock is going to be used to counter-initiate, and Tide looks like he's in trouble. Does get swapped out, but the upheaval's still there, and March now going to finally get dealt with. No more upheaval for you and Reason. Just goes back in with an Omni Slash. Has no Blade Fury though, and the poison's still ticking, doing some decent damage here. Warlock gets another kill with the ultimate. Ape Mother could be in some trouble. Qo just cleaning house right now, as he may want some more. Has poison damage, so can't use the Blink Dagger just yet, but will pop the drums. Blink up soon. Not going to go for it. Yes, he will. Pounces forward, misses the, well, actually misses the pounce with the Blink, and we'll see a buyback forced out, and that's an easy retreat should MVP want it. Veno, not a good catching hero when he uses that buyback. Not like you're buying back a Storm and guaranteed some kind of a pick-off, but could pick off the Rock. Alright. Oh, he gets the last hit too, so no money for you. You buy back, get the Rock last hit, but guess what? You don't get farm. That's not reliable gold. So not even worth the slightest, that buyback. I guess it did scare away MVP from chasing down PA, but definitely does not feel like that was a good exchange. See the bottom tier on tower. I think NiP confident without ultimate. No Doom, Chaotic Offering, Omni Slash. This is, yeah, pretty safe push for them. I think for QA, he has gone back for the drums, but I think he's recognized that, hey, look, I'm doing well, but things would be so much better if I had some more farm on me. Could pick up like an ultimate orb here and maybe drop the wand and get a TP. There we go. So, itemization, solid from QO. Playing things, I think, kind of by the book, but it's by the book for a reason. This is kind of the optimal, tried and tested way to play this hero. There are some other slight deviations, like I think the Sanjin Yasha build on Slark is pretty good, if you kind of go that as a very early item. If you've got other initiations, I think Sanjin Yasha is a good item to rush with like a Tread Sanjin Yasha, but then you don't have the Blink or the Shadow Blade, but if your teammate can sort of kills, then it works out nicely. MVP want to contest. They know it's up, 35 seconds without a Rock, and that's where NiP are thinking maybe we can do this. NiP looking to position themselves such that they can scout this one. 4ev, well, he gets scouted. Reason going to be looking to run in. Roche is already dead though, and Era picking it up. He's still not the best shape for fighting. Has just the Battlefield. Is a bit of a glass cannon. AoE slow. Qo gets annihilated by a first hit crit with the Gush minus armor. They're going to doom up the Tide, which means no Ravage for you. Era though, he's chasing. He wants Heen, the DD. PA, that is the ideal rune to have for that, and that's exactly what NiP are like. Look guys, we can get Roshan, we can also take a fight. They haven't got Chaotic Offering, and we have a double damage PA. It's the rune of a lifetime, and now 4ev underneath his tier 2 tower going to get found with the Gush. The bonus damage is real, and the 500 crits, well, they probably do a bit more than 500 thanks to the Gush minus armor, and Era suddenly finds himself in a fantastic position with 1700 gold and Aegis, and level 14 all of a sudden. Reason at mid. Uh-oh. Ice Blast's going to clip him. He will go for the TP, but the Blade Fury are going to end. Is there anything to cancel this? No. Tide, I guess, I didn't have a blink, but could have maybe gone for a long-range Ravage, but not worth it for a support Jug. Not when you've got an Aegis and you want to 5-man yourself and take towers. So what looked like a really good game for MVP. They were in the driver's seat suddenly. Off that one fight, that was a huge turnaround. Like, we're looking at a 5k gold swing, I feel. 6 or 7k, yeah, down to 2.5k. That was massive play decision from NiP. All in the back of a DD rune. If that was not a DD rune, I think that fight goes even, and maybe even MVP's favor, because they don't kill Qo. Qo got annihilated by like a first hit crit off the DD rune with a Gush. The minus armor combining with the PA blink crit. Qo couldn't even pop his ultimate. He had his ultimate too, was the crazy thing. That's what Qo has in mind now. There's a mech on Ape Mother to maybe heal up Seal Kid. I'm waiting for some potential backup, which seems to be coming his way. Go, starts things off now, and has a Dark Pack swap out onto the Venom. That's a nice quick thinking from Seal Kid. Qo on the chase here with the ultimate, and get himself Galed, and can get rid of the Gale, but not the Poison Sting. Looks like they want to steal these Ancients, but I don't know about this decision to do so. I guess they have got the Chaotic Offering, but if PA comes in with the Aegis, that's a chance to fight Ravage! Ice Blast, they immediately blow up the Slug and Jug. March can drop the Rock, but that Rock is just going to feed away some gold here. They kind of heal back up. The Fatal Bonds, Chaotic Offering doing huge damage. Hanskin just trying to fight his way out of it. Will end up dying. They lose the VS as well. Jonas now in trouble. The Fatal Bonds. No one bonded to him taking damage. What damage from the Warlock? I gotta see this. How much damage is... That is not right. He did more than 1650. I don't think it includes his chaotic... The actual infernal damage. It probably includes the landing damage. Error. Okay, denied. It probably includes the rock landing damage, but it doesn't include their right clicks and the Fatal Bonds, because that does not seem accurate at all. He did a good 4,000 or 5,000 damage worth of nukes here on the Warlock, but he got... Everyone on NiP was full HP, and he got 2 kills plus 2 heroes down to, like, very low. That is definitely not accurate mathematics coming out of Valve. BKB now up on Era, and he's almost level 16 as well. So the maxed out crit coming up soon for PA. Era so far being the RNG god with his PA crits, and he's going to be getting that level 16 soon. Speaking of kind of big ultimates, the AA level 2 ulti is going to have an Ag Scepter in 900. NiP, I would say, suddenly they pulled ahead. The numbers are there as far as net worth goes. They're out farming and out leveling their opponents. Got some good map control as well with the wards up, and that's something which Slark can look to find out, but right now he's just looking to get some more farm. He's been annihilated the last 2 fights by Ravage, Ice Blast, PA crits, whatever it may be. I think MVP suddenly finding themselves under a lot of pressure. The Warlock Axe Refresher, I mean, we saw just there what Warlock can do with an Aghanim's ultimate. Imagine if he does that before his 2 teammates are dead. Before the Ravage Ice Blast comes in, that's just a easy teamfight win for MVP, if anything. Slark's just the one who has to stay alive. Give an ultimate so he can heal up a little bit, but AA, a pretty nice hero to have against the Slark fella. Prevent him from getting those heals going, and we'll see what MVP can do. And a lot of it's going to come down to who initiates on who. The last few fights has been NiP. If they can get a Doom off to start the fight, they can keep Q alive. Definitely feel like things will go a whole lot better for the MVP side in that kind of a scenario. Ward on the high ground, but placed directly under a sentry, so should see Jonas. He can blink up there now. One of the changes to that hill spot was that you can do that. He's going to see no rune there for him. Doesn't blink onto the high ground here. Doom now peering around this top pull camp and seeing what he can do. Aaron nearby as well, and he's got 2k gold. Aegis expires though, so we reach that 5-minute mark, and I think MVP will be looking to fight. They've got ultimates. Haven't got the refresh on Warlock, but I don't feel like that's make or break. I think they've got the kind of team fight composition to fight. Ravage is the one thing to be aware of, and they kind of want to fight before the refresher tide. To me, that's just as big as the Warlock refresher, and those two are going to be coming at a similar time. So game 1 of this best of 3. Anyone's game right now between the Ninjas in Pajamas and MVP Phoenix. Swedish team, maybe look for a kill here on MVP's QO. He's not careful, doesn't respawn fast, could get blown up as we've seen a few times, and nice dodge of the Ice Blast. Throw it at the tower and you do get that true sight vision of where it's coming in. At this point, I don't think NiP really want to fight before some of these items. They don't have an Aegis, they don't have the Ag Scepter yet. Seems a bit ill-advised. I guess they have a level 16 PA with a BKB, and it's a 10-second BKB at that. So they can maybe look to slow siege and chip away at this tower. Arrow's going to come in, help secure it. And we'll see maybe just a deny/siege coming out here. I think from MVP side, they don't want to go fully engaging, but they will be looking for a deny of this. Slark Illusion even going for it. Oh, the QO Slark, he gets it. And we'll like, get out of there. They were like, okay, it's an illusion. I see what's going on. What a play. Illusion deny. That is... I mean, it's a bit... It was kind of testament to NiP not really trying to last hit the tower and play it safe, but at the same time, I'm getting that just perfect damage output of those illusions. QO going to get caught, and he gets taken out with the Ice Blast hitting. That's a big kill. Jonas now going to get doomed up. This isn't Aghanim's Doom level 2. He's still okay for now, and this is going to be close to bringing him down. Any sort of a heal will definitely keep him alive, and it's going to be a mech, so that's easy survive. I think he was okay anyways. 250 heal, and yeah, he's going to have more than 250. It gets down to like 300-ish. Yeah. So he would have been okay, lived on maybe 50, 60, 70 HP. Doesn't have the longest cooldown, the Doom, and I don't think MVP... Well, maybe they would have been looking to fight when Slark comes back. Ravage is on cooldown, you've got Chaotic Offering, so maybe a bit of a costly Doom. They've still got a little window with no Ravage, though, if they want to go down the mid lane. Oh, I don't know whether it's a mid lane or a side lane, we'll have to wait and see. But I think fighting, not really what MVP want to do. Era's now working on a Lincoln so he doesn't get doomed. And you don't think of Pierre as a Doom target, but when you've got an Aghanim Scepter, Doom is as much about the damage and killing whoever you Doom as it is about the disable. In the past, Doom was notorious, like, you use it on that heavy nuking spellcaster type hero, but nowadays you use it on a carry, you use it on a PA. It gets rid of the passives, the evasion, the blur, but more importantly, it just does like 1500 damage if the Doom stays alive nearby, and that's a dead PA. But that's where the Lincoln is going to come into play. So I like this decision from Era, makes Doom's life a little bit harder, especially if you want to get the BKB off. You're not breaking that Lincoln, so BKB Lincoln's essentially invulnerability from Doom, assuming you have the Lincolns up. I don't think there's anything to break that. Omni Slash, no go on the Lincoln Sphere. Slark gonna pounce on in, finds Seal Kid here. Will start. Swap, actually, that's what he's going for. Let's say, why isn't he stunning, turning and saying Qo? Will end up going down anyways, but a lot invested just for that one kill. Qo now thinking about a re-engagement. Though we will see the Doom come back out. That's a Hanskin, dead Ancient Apparition. PA thinking about finding a nice little Omni Slash here. Hanskin should still die unless it's a Venom Mech, which is not online, and even the concussive shot coming into play. Slark now looking for more. Time 20 seconds before he's even got a Ravage here. 8 still alive though on the high ground, and PA's in fighting shape should they chase too much further, so they're ready to turn things around. A nice couple of kills going MVP's way. And, we'll see Reason actually TP himself back home, suggesting that MVP are going to try to take a tier 2 and back off, but here comes Ravage, it's back up, and Q's going to be very careful. Will blink out, and no tier 2 for you. Tide will blink forward, and didn't know he had Ravage before. That kind of gives the dead giveaway right there. See them complete the retreat, but in hot pursuit is the NiP team. There's a Roshan online, and something that March is going to be looking to contest here. With level 16 Chaotic offering, but not easy to do so. Venomancer great at scouting, and the minus damage with a PA. This Roche is dropping and dropping fast. Qo on the high ground. Has been spotted. Ice Blast going to come in and looking for the Slark, it looks like. Does not clip him. That could have cancelled his Blink Dagger if they could have got it on him. And Roshan's low. Can anything happen? Can Qo get the steal? The Chaotic offering is there. Roshan getting low. Qo wants the Aegis. He will not get it though. Ravage now comes in, gets Dark Packed off by Qo. That's nice. Little play for him. He's looking to bring down Jonas as well. Seal Kid the swap out. Not going to help. Era still fighting in BKB form. Qo now pounced onto the high ground. He's still alive up here. He's getting healed up by the Healing Ward. What a place to have the Healing Ward of the Roshan fight, but Era somehow gets vision, blinks up there. The pounce out from Qo keeps him alive. The Healing Ward's still going. Oh no, what a disaster. Era now doomed up, and he's got no chance in hell of surviving this one. The Ice Blast comes in, and they're going to leave Era just to sit and rot on the high ground. They're chasing for more, realizing Hanskin has not backed off, and we'll back off just in time. Qo chasing the wrong way. Era, there we go. He dies. I was about to say, 4 just chilling with the Ag Scepter. What a place for the Healing Ward. Reason winning his team the fight with that Healing Ward. And Qo, that pounce out on like 20 HP. Whew. NiP do have buyback on the PA available. There we go. It's got a little gold trim at the top, and we'll see if PA is going to be forced to use it. There's no Ravage here. Ice Blast going to go in and catch a few. They're taking racks and taking racks fast here. If you're going to defend the racks here, PA is going to have to buy back, but they've got no ultimates is the main problem. Swap back, and there we go. PA buys back off it, but they've already got the melee rack, so at this point, MVP just get out and get out alive, and it's a job well done. Blink after they want Qo, they'll get Qo, but still, just a Slark for a PA buyback and a melee rack so far. See if they can catch any more off of this, and ruh-roh. March has his Ags Refresher. And NiP, who kind of pulled back after a slow start, you can see they were down pretty far in the early game, about 5 to 6k, but they actually turned things around. But one bad Roche fight, and you're looking at MVP in the driver's seat once more. Back to where they started here. Juggernaut, he's got to be careful. There is a Blink Gush available, but you don't see this working when you can just Blade Fury. Needs a Blade Fury, needs to get out of this Ice Blast, and Venom comes in. Reason going to go for the Blade Fury TP. 1 or 2 right clicks could get him down pretty low, but the Shatter is not going to kick in. The Poison Sting may get him close-ish, but it's I think just level 2 Ice Blast. If that's level 3 Ice Blast, probably a dead Jug. It gets really close, and they're denying the Venomancer, so won't see Venom giving up any gold, but still a death is a death. let's say a kill's a kill, but that is actually not a kill. So Doom with Ags BKB, gotta imagine possible refresher coming out his way, but does have mana problems without the Shivers guy. That's where you generally want to have a Shivers to fix some of those mana problems. For MVP though, Ags Refresher Warlock, this is the money items. Combine that with your Slark, who's now got 2.2k gold and a Skadi. Things are going well for MVP. And NiP definitely far from out of it. You've got such great teamfight potential. You got the Veno AA, ulti synergy. PA, who just needs like a Lincoln Sphere and will hopefully be able to block some Dooms. And tied with a Refresher. That's your big team for late game items. So you down 1 melee racks at 35 minutes but have a Refresher time. So I look at that and say, okay, there's some pressure on you, but by no means are you playing completely from behind and need like a big mess up for MVP. If NiP just play good, execute, get some good smoke X going, just kind of do things right, move around the map well, farm efficiently, they're still in this game. And they're not just in this game in the way that they're relying on MVP to make mistakes. They can still look to secure the next Roshan. They've got good wave clear. The Anchor Smash, the PA Battle Fury, and everything else going around. And PA just now about to finish off the Lincoln Sphere, just 100 gold short. And it looks like mid lane will provide that needed money for him. At this point, no buyback available, so won't be saving for that. And maybe the Lincolns is probably worth. If you keep on having to buy back to defend, your PA is not progressing item-wise. So there we go. Lincolns is up. And maybe time to take a fight, but it's just fighting into this. If you don't find much and he just sits on the side, gets off a double rock, I feel this goes horribly wrong. PA will take a lot of damage of that, especially if you get off a nice Fatal Bonds as well. That Fatal Bonds damage can be insane, but MVP for the most part gets scouted at this bottom lane. I wonder if they can blow up the Warlock. With a Blink, double Ravage, I definitely feel like it's possible. You need to get the PA in as well, and Error, he's in perfect position to do so. They've got to find that Warlock, but look at March hiding right in the backlines. This is the place to be. And the Doom on Tide, 0 Ravages for you. This is a lost cause for NiP now. This is just get the hell out. Error just needs to find a way to try and escape. He gets, no, doesn't get swapped out. He's on the run with his BKB Lincolns and gets Omni slashed up now. Blinks to some neutrals to try and get out of that one, but the Rock's still chasing him. Error, he's just running. He realizes this fight ain't happening, not without the Ravages, and everyone on retreat here. 8 Mother in a mech has a Yule Scepter, does not have mana for a TP. TP up from Hanskin, nothing to cancel that one. And 8 Mother, well, he's done for. Trapped in the corner, going to be slain like the little poisonous snake that he is. You don't keep snakes in your backyard and expect them not to bite your neighbors. QO, he's leading the way down this bottom lane, and 4k gold, the 4 rocks. Jeez. That is a pushing machine here. You got to have Ravages there. Tide getting the Doom off before Tide even used a single Ravage was just game breaking there. I think 4 have maybe got the BKB, and Tide's like, I can't Ravage, you BKB'd, but at that point, fight's over. Fight's lost. Then they're going to buy back, and they don't want to push high gun into the Tide Ravage, but we'll see NiP forced to use buybacks and just forced to lose another fight. PA now with good farm. So at this point, like, you lose a fight, you're down like another, what, 5k gold or something. I mean, it's going to keep on going up every time something like that happens, but it's still, your lineup has the potential to win fights. That's what I think NiP will remember and look at this and be like, look, that didn't go well. But if we get a good Ravage initiation off, hit the Warlock and the Doom before they use their ultis, you blow up the Warlock. Even if Doom gets a Doom off on someone, it's like he kills the Tide after he uses 1 Ravage and not 2. As long as you kill the Warlock before the chaotic offerings come out, it feels like it could be okay. Oh, and any detection doesn't look like it. No sentries available. And Reason getting a ton of scouting info, but Reason going to body block 8 Mother, and he's like, wait, what just happened? Was that just bad pathing? Was it a hero? One of those kind of things where you maybe just think it's some Volvo pathing. 8 Mother's pinging now. He's like, this just happened twice. This is definitely not a mistake. Let's group up and make sure our Tide doesn't get doomed again. If that's an Invis Doom, you're in trouble. And Doom has gone for a Blink Dagger. What are you doing up there, Doom? Not the place he wants to be, so let's see what Jonas can do. the big squid man. Top lane is Reason. He's transitioned into a kind of core here himself on the jug with Aghanim Scepter Drums, level 16. By the Aghanim Scepter Ice Blast and just Blade Fury TP out. Safe decision from him, and no point risking too much here. MKB for Slack. Oh, Doom! Oh no, Jonas, not again! This Doom just has his number. You've got the Radiant Ward helping give some vision if he goes for the Ancients, but I think I was just going for the bottom rune, and that's where this ward provided the necessary vision. So Tide, not where he wanted to be. Doom even took the bounty rune from him. Just for some added hate. Will be a refresher coming out for Forever as well, so does need a few more levels, I feel, just for the extra intel, get some more stat points going, get some more intel growth, but we'll have some slight mana issues with his current spells. To do an Ags Refresher Doom, you've got to have 500 plus on that. It's like an 875 mana. He does have a bit of mana left over, but he wants to use Ensnare. Pretty damn nice spell to have against a BKB PA. Also can be used... Actually, this will break the Linken's through BKB. That's actually pretty cool. There's a PA coming at you with a Linken's BKB. You need something to break it, you Ensnare. I'm pretty sure that it breaks Linken's. I don't know how it works with the neutral creep Ensnare, but I don't see why not. So a nice little neutral creep pickup, and I mean, Doom aside, if the Linken's is broken and PA's in BKB, just being able to lock down the hero through BKB is always nice to some extent. Mask of Madness now for your Juggernaut. March has a blink on his Warlock, and he's off and racing. Phase blink and his mobility starting to skyrocket. Uh-oh, here's the Invis Doom. Off to the side here, we'll have to see what Tide can do. He needs some nice Ravages. He's coming nearby. Venomancer gets an ulti off here. But 8 Mother, he's done for. And Doom, he's looking for the Tide. We'll find him in a second here. Tide's kind of your #1 priority here. He's going to go for Error. Breaks it with, well, the level death. And Error now doomed up. Tide gets off 1 Ravage, but you've already lost kind of your PA at this point. I guess he's not dead, but with the Chaotic Offering ×2, he is dead. Tide gets Omni Slash down as well, so no second round for him. It's a 5-man wipe here at the bottom lane, and with that, it's GG. Well played, coming out of Handskin, and NiP go down game 1. MVP Phoenix. Not a convincing game from them, but definitely overall well played and well executed strategy from them. They did have that kind of one shaky Roshan. Well, no, the Roshan fight went really well for them. It was a fight around the top lane, which did not go well at all for them, and we started to see the potential for a comeback from NiP. They actually got ahead by about 2,000 to 3,000 gold. But Doom, good hero. I mean, the Slack, also a good hero. I mean, everything just fit nicely with the MVP draft. I like the way they kind of draft into the heroes they pick. Definitely some very potent stuff out of them. So MVP Phoenix get together a win in game 1 of a best-of-3. Winner of this advances to the next round of the low bracket. Loser is knocked out, is going home, has made their trip to China from, well, for MVP's, in MVP's case, not too far, but for NiP coming all the way from Sweden, they definitely want to go further in the tournament. So we'll see if they can bounce back, force a game 3, or if we are going to see a 2-0 defeat. So stick around, guys. I'm GoDz from Beyond the Summit. You can follow me on Twitter at BTSGods. We'll have a bit of a break, play some of your favorite Monster Cat jams, and we'll bring you game 2 soon.